Hey, momentum makers, happy Wednesday. I am coming to you with another important topic for entrepreneurs. And it's something that when you were joining the group, a lot of you expressed trouble and, just issues with mindset and fear and lack of confidence and knowing which direction to turn. And believe me, that has been an often issue that I face as an entrepreneur, and certainly something that we tackle a lot of in my membership community, the Brim. So I wanted to bring you a couple of important tactics that I have found really critical for helping me with my mindset. So the first is that I thought we would talk about really building your business on a strong mindset, and what I've found to be absolutely the first building block of that. And that is the belief in yourself and turning internally to focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you want to create in your business instead of being externally focused. Now, what do I really mean by that? Well, let me give you a really good example from my own life. See, just to give you a little background on me, I practiced law for more than 10 years. I was very focused on external benchmarkers, believing that if I had achieved certain things outside myself, certain awards, if I had reached certain milestones in my life and career, that I would achieve then this level of happiness and content, and all of that would be waiting for me at the proverbial pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But after achieving all of the things that I had wanted externally, I realized I really wasn't that happy. I really wasn't that content. And the reason is because I was following someone else's model of success and I wasn't following my own. And so I equate that now to something like building your business like a Jenga tower versus building your business like a pyramid. And so what I really mean by that is that if you're internally focused, you are very focused about building a really strong foundation, a base on which to build your business. It's wide and thick and solid, like the base of a pyramid. And when you're internally focused, you're concentrating on the things that you want to achieve. It doesn't matter if someone else says there are things that you should achieve, there are things that are critical and must be done. If there are things that you simply don't want to incorporate into your business, they shouldn't be there. So when you do the things that are right for you and you base your decisions around the belief system that you have in yourself and the business that you want to create, then you're creating a really strong foundation for your company. When you do it in the exact opposite way and you're externally focused, typically your base is rather small, right? It's kind of shaky, much like a Jenga tower, right? There are a couple of building blocks, and then you get into action and you begin following someone else's model, someone else's definition of success. You run in that direction, and then you feel really frustrated because you might have to unwind a couple of things that you have done, or that tower feels really tall and shaky and none of it feels stable and built in the way that you would have wanted. So I really want you to build your business on a strong mindset. And the best way to get started doing that, again, is to focus on what you want. And the best way to know what you want is to turn inward and say, what is the business here that I'm creating? Where do I want to end up? What is the vision for the future ahead that I want to have? And I want you to write that down. I want you to write down exactly what it is that you want to be creating, rather than continuing another day running after someone else's model of success. So that will allow you to have a very strong mindset, because it will allow you to stop comparing your journey to someone else's. It will allow you to stop focusing externally about check marks or benchmarks or milestones that you haven't reached that are unnecessary for your business or the one that you're creating. So again, it's going to allow your mind to be a lot stronger because you know your journey, you know yourself better than anyone else does. Therefore, we need to stop focusing on the external and focus so much more on this internal journey that you should be experiencing or can experience towards the success that you want to have in your business. Because what we know is that 90% of happiness is all about how your mind processes the world, right? 90%. That's a staggering percentage. It's a staggering number to realize. So if all of your mind is centered on how you process the world, then don't you want to be internally focused and processing the world from your lens rather than someone else's, right? Setting yourself up for an achievement benchmark that you can never reach. So, and then the brain focuses automatically, or it tends to, on stressors, complaints, and workloads rather than being in a naturally grateful or happy state. So what does that mean? That not only in being internally focused is important, but also you have to begin exercising the muscle of gratitude. You have to begin focusing on the things that are going right when, by habit, when the habit of your brain is to focus on the things that are stressful and the workload and the complaints that are going on. So if that's naturally the direction that your brain is going to go in, then you need to create the intentional habit of gratitude. And that is going to help you begin to process the world in a better way, right? And you can only expand as far as you create the space to expand. So you want to make space for gratitude. You want to continue to expand your life in the ways that are going to create the new version of yourself that you get to step into, this new version of happiness and gratitude as you build on this stronger mindset. So I want you to begin trying to process the world in a different way and being able to shift your habit towards gratitude rather than focusing on the common things that we tend to get in the loop of focusing on. See, the same old thinking that got us here won't get us there, right? It's just logic to understand that. And yet that's what we tend to do, is we tend to focus on the negative, and we tend to repeat common phrases to ourselves that end up stopping us from success. Some of those common phrases are things like, I don't know how, or it's going to be so hard, or I'm going to have to do X, Y, and Z, right? We attach negative consequences to the pursuit of our goals. And so we tend to stop ourselves from that next level of growth that we want to have because we repeat those common phrases and because we then attach the negative consequences and all of this, right, sacrifice to the growth that we ultimately want to have. So my next challenge to you is to stop using those common phrases, right? Not only are we going to be more intentional about gratitude and turning inward about creating this vision of our own idea of success, but we're going to stop repeating common phrases that have been roadblocks to us in the past that haven't helped us get where we want to go. Because we know the same old thinking gives us the same old results. So if we want to have new results, we've got to be able to be willing to change our habits and change our thinking along the way. And that means stopping attaching these negative consequences to the eventual success that we can and get to experience. Instead, we can do the reverse. We can say things like, I can't wait to get to experience the freedom that's going to come with the success I'm going to have. I can't wait to get to experience the financial rewards with the success I'm going to have. So if you haven't yet put in your mind the vision of the benefits that you are going to get to experience as a result of the next level of success that you want to experience, try doing that, right? I try to go to bed each night with a vision in my mind of what this next level of success is going to create for me, right? And what that does is makes me excited the next morning to get out of bed, to attach my mind to these amazing consequences that are going to happen as a result of the hard work I'm going to put in that day. I have a very clear vision of my head of what my life is going to look like, what my family will get to experience as a result of the hard work. And that then makes me that much more excited to get to work. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know the results that I'm going to get to experience at the end of the day when I put in this hard work. So have you created your vision? Whether it's a mental picture that you have in your mind, whether it is something that you put on actual poster board so that you can have it hanging in your office or in your kitchen, it doesn't matter. But you ought to know what you're going after and have a visual of that so that it can remind you why all of this hard work to create new habits, right? To create this new picture of success, to make the list of the things that you're grateful for day in, day out when the days are hard, right? It is these small habits of success that truly shift your mind and shift your outlook to create the next level of success that you want to have. Your mindset matters. It matters every day. It is what sets you up for the hard work and doing the actions that create the results. But a lot of all of those results can't happen until we get our mindset right. And so I really want you to focus on just these simple things that I have laid out for you today for your mindset. Create that intentional picture of where you're headed. Write down some measurable results that you want to have. That is going to build a strong belief and that pyramid, that foundation that is deep in what you are creating so that you can transition from that external world of needing someone else's approval for success to your internal world of approving of the steps that you are taking, because that's all that you need. Then create that gratitude practice. Do that for 5 minutes every day. I have found something magical in making a list of the 10 things that I am grateful for, and it puts me in such a better space to get into action. Then I want you, again, to make sure that you stop using some common phrases like, I don't know how, or it's going to be so hard, or I have to, that might have been stopping you. Because those phrases simply aren't true. They are just habits that we repeat as, self-sabotaging roadblocks to the next level of success that you want to have. I bet you will discover that at the end of the day, you just simply haven't done the actions to know how to get to the next level, right? You haven't looked into it. You haven't investigated it. And who says we're supposed to know how to get there when we haven't gotten there yet? We're not. You aren't going to know until you get into the action of making it happen. So don't let your mind talk you out of it by repeating those common phrases. And then again, the last thing is create that middle vision for yourself so that when you're in a tough place or having a tough day, or just when you go to bed each night, you can remind yourself where you're headed. That beautiful vision of exactly where you want to go and what is going to come to life as a result of this hard work that you're putting in. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I do personally know that it is all worth it. And that the growth that you're going to get to experience along the way will be worth it. and it will be exciting and rewarding. And that a lot of it starts with these simple success tools to get you in the right frame of mind, to get you headed in that right direction. So again, what I love more than anything is being able to hear from you exactly what part of this you've implemented, what's working well, and so that I can be able to give you, again, some feedback and see some exciting rewards that you have gotten as a result of even participating in this Momentum Makers Facebook group. So congratulations for watching another video and investing in yourself and spending the time to move your mindset and your business forward today. So tune in next week for more tips, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. Bye.